Assalamualaikum. My name Nur Arifah.
And my name is Khairul Zahira, binti Anuar. And we are going to present our film analysis of the film Over the Wall. The short film Over the Wall 2018 was a 12-minute short film which was directed by Roy Zafrani. The film displayed the friendship that was established between an Israeli child named Nathan and a Palestinian child named Khalid. Despite having a wall that separated the two apart, the two of them managed to communicate and play with each other every day through a small hole in the wall, even though they spoke different languages. Roy Zafrani managed to portray the innocence of children who only wanted to have a great time and play with the other children of their similar age, despite having a barrier between, which includes language barriers, political barrier, cultural barrier, and others.
Okay, first of all, Roy Zafrani used long shot every time Nathan came near the wall area with a hole in it. It gave the audience a full view of the situation and what Nathan will do in that scene. It reflects the literal boundary between Israel and Palestinian territory, as well as the ideological, culture and emotional boundaries that deepen conflict. The wall is used in the film to demonstrate how physically structure can represent deeper culture divides, resulting in an environment of separation and mistrust. For example, in the first scene of the film, Nathan saw a ball near the wall and internally he thought that the ball was a bomb, so he approached it cautiously. Upon further investigation, he noticed that it was actually an ordinary ball, so he played with it and eventually tossed the ball over the wall.
The film was truly a remarkable piece that could move the heart of everyone that had seen it. Not only did the film show the audience a great value of friendship, but also showed the world the reality of the current war situation between the Israel and also the Palestine. It was a real rollercoaster of emotion indeed. Even so, throughout the whole film, there were a few things that came to mind, which are the impossibility of normally interaction, deep-rooted prejudice, and also the feeling of fear and mistrust. The impossibility of having a normal interaction, which is the physical barrier prevents normal interaction, is the first subject that we want to discuss. In the film, the audience was shown that the boys were unable to play freely together, and their means of communication is confined to a little hole in the wall. This restriction mirrors the great realities of living under such division, in which people are denied the right to interact with person on the opposite side. The walls physically is a vivid symbol of how conflict interrupts and constrains human interaction. As a normal human, everyone wants an interaction which they could interact with anyone that they want, especially in this era of technology, which could make it possible. But for children, maybe they would not likely have their own privilege of owning that sort of device, especially during the war. Thus, their own option for interaction is by having a direct communication. But having even this kind of interaction denied is a really heart-wrenching situation.
Okay, other than that, deep-rooted prejudice are also seen deeply through the film. Prejudice is a common behavior that we unconsciously had and shown in our daily lives. Some of us may think that we are not prejudiced, but as normal human beings, we are actually ostracizing things that are uncommon in our daily life as to not be seen as weird by the public and society. The film showed the prejudice of the Israeli people had toward the Palestinians as some of the world rather let the ragging attacks fall upon the Palestinians normal citizens just because they were the opposite side of the war. They did not care that the victims of the attack are just normal citizens like them, which they did not have any weapons or any specialized skill to neither attack nor defend themselves from the army attacks. So this show how deeply they are prejudiced toward the supposed enemy citizen just because they are on the other side. It is true that we need to always be alert of any sort of attack during wars, but that does not mean that we should discard our humility and let the innocent citizen being attacked, as they are already weak with no weapon to defend. So wars are supposed to be battle between the better army of the opposing side, and no innocent citizen should be involved.
Lastly, the feeling of fear and mistrust is shown through this 12-minute short film. Roy Zafrani showed it already in the early scene of the film when Nathan, who was coming back from school, saw a ball laying on the ground and thought that the ball was a bomb waiting to explode. This scene eventually shows how war could even affect a small child by making him feeling fearful and could not trust anything around him. This is unusual child behavior because a perfectly normal child would be elated when they see a toy around them. They would immediately go run towards it and without any hesitance would play with it. It is really heartbreaking to see a child who was supposed to run around and play without a care of the world to behave like that.
Okay, all in all, over the world, the boundaries represented are multidimensional, signifying physical, ideological, and emotional divides that affect the individually lives. Roy Zafrani tackled the complexity of division and the ability of human spirit using the wall's strong symbolism. The film contains that while these obstacles are firmly established, they are not insurmountable. Even the most difficult hurdles can be overcome through act of defiance, human connection, and innocence. So, Over the Wall invites viewers to reflect on their own divides and to ponder the possibility of reconciliation and harmony in society. The frequently appears irreparable divide. Thank you.